Hello guys, so in this video we're going to be going over some of the differences between training for women and training for men. So you guys can see what benefits one group has over the other, and in general you'll see men probably have a lot more benefits in training than women do, and they'll be having an easier time with their training, and so women don't get discouraged when they're training and they stick to the training program and the regimen. And you'll see the differences between both of them. I'll go over through some things that might be a little obvious, some things that might be a little less obvious, and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So when we're talking about women and men, both men and women actually have testosterone. A lot of people don't know this. It's such a common fact. And same thing with men. Men actually have some estrogen in them. It's just that women have a lot less testosterone and a lot more estrogen. Men have a lot more testosterone, a lot less estrogen. Testosterone really helps us build our muscle and gives us these male characteristics. You know, usually facial hair. I don't have facial hair right now, but facial hair, deeper voice, and what's it called? All this other stuff, testicles, all that other stuff. We get that from our testosterone. And if you see women who are bodybuilders who take PDs or performance enhancing drugs that increase their test levels, you see they get a lot of male characteristics, the deepening of the voice, excess body hair, facial hair, growth all over their body, increased muscle growth, all these characteristics you'll see from women who start taking these PEDs. But when we're looking at women and men, men in general have thicker bone structure, um, stronger tendons, and stronger muscles, and bigger muscles, thicker muscles. They weigh more, they're taller, they're quicker, they're faster, they're stronger. And this also correlates with their body fat and muscle percentages. So not only do they weigh more, they have less body fat compared to muscle, on top of weighing more, which really goes to increase the amount of strength that they have when compared to women. I'd say men are like in every workout pretty much at least 30 to 40% stronger than women. And that's like you could have a woman who's trained for a year and a man who just started training or hasn't trained at all, and he'll be stronger than her just purely off of strength. That's why we have different categories for men and women in sports and competition and everything. Women typically want to be anywhere from, I'd say, 20 to 28% body fat. Men want to be anywhere from 20 to 10% body fat. Women want to be at this body fat percentage because they need excess body fat for when they're carrying kids, children. They're made to, their bodies are made to carry children. They have more fat stores because they need more fat to store for the baby inside and to give birth. So it's harder for them to get lean, and it's sometimes it's most of the time unhealthy for a woman to have a six-pack, ripped abs like men, or they could have abs like at 18, 70%. They really train their abs hard and look healthy and be healthy, but most women won't be able to. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of determination on top of really good genetics to have abs as a woman and to really get to the top. On top of anything, men too, they have to work hard, but it's a little bit easier for them. Men, on the other hand, can get, or it's more feasible for them to get abs. I try to think about it this way. I've been training for like 5 years, and I've only just started to really get good, what I consider like really solid abs, like 8-pack, 6-pack, like recently. And I didn't really start to see any abs until the end of my first year of training. So it takes 1 year for a regular male athlete, not just male in general, with decent genetics, or I'd say me with pretty above average genetics, to get abs in 1 year of solid training with, I mean, I didn't have solid diet, but it took a while. It'll take a few years for women to see abs. So really remember, it's all about the journey, not the destination. You're not going to ever be reaching a destination with working out. You're always going to be trying to get better than the day you were before, the person you were yesterday. Women in general have more muscle in their legs compared to the rest of their body, as they, for some reason, have an easier time with leg mobility. They have, I think there's a certain bone in their legs that they have there around the femur that's like thicker than in men. or it's around the waistline. I don't remember, something about that. That helps them with giving birth, and it increases their leg strength. They're still not as strong as men. Their legs are not as strong as men's legs, but I'd say the strength levels are closer. So like a woman's squat is only maybe 20% worse than a men's squat because they have a relatively easier time growing their legs. It's just a genetic thing that they have, or probably something associated with giving birth. Um, and their different bone structure in their legs. The women are also typically more flexible. That's also associated with, guess that again, giving birth. They need to have more flexibility. Their legs, they have an easier time with stretching. You can see all these dancers, all these girls who can do splits, and I mean, they probably did train, just probably took a little bit less training. So in general, they're known for having more flexibility than men do. But men can still get very, very flexible, if not more flexible than women. And if you look at a lot of top contortionists, people who are very flexible, they're men because they really work hard at it. Even if they have like a slight, I'd say maybe 5-10% disadvantage compared to women, effort is the great equalizer. And even people with great genetics, if they've never trained before and they go up against someone who's trained their whole lives, who has average genetics, the person with average genetics will be way stronger, way faster, way more flexible than the person with top 1% genetics. Um, so always keep an eye for that. And same thing with that, you could always have a woman that's stronger than a man. They have great genetics, train a long time, and a man who's out of shape doesn't train. Even if they have decent genetics, the woman will still be stronger, faster, quicker, better shape because they put effort in. Effort is always a great equalizer, guys. Consistency over intensity. Stay consistent, work out, get in good shape, and you'll see major benefits across all different fields of your body, everything. Just feel better. Some things that women have, actually, people don't know this. As you age, testosterone levels drop in men. Testosterone levels also drop in women. Um, there's testosterone replacement therapy for both men and women. I haven't really talked about this in my other videos, but I found it interesting because I was looking at it. And there's been proven to give you some pretty decent results. I'm not really willing to recommend that to anyone under the age of 50. But I've been looking into it more, and I might be talking about that more in the future because I've been trying to do some research into different ways people get stronger, better, faster. It doesn't mean that I'm going to ever do that or I would recommend it to everyone, but just going over some of the information I think would be very useful for other people who are interested in that. And that's generally why women have less thick bones and less because they have lower testosterone. Although having a very high testosterone for women can be very damaging and can hurt their menstrual cycle. And that's why you see bodybuilders too, or women when they do PEDs, their menstrual cycle is short. They have trouble giving birth. Um, that's also thanks to the lower body fat percentages. Remember, you see a woman with 10% body fat. If a male struggles to get to 10% body fat and a woman gets 10% body fat, like they're near death. Women will die earlier than men. Some men with very crazy, freaky genetics, gotten up to 3% body fat and haven't died somehow, some way. Women getting to 8% body fat, I always try to equate a woman to at least 8% extra. So if you get a woman to 8% body fat, is like almost the equivalent as a man having um, 0% body fat. They should be on the verge of death. And you see them on stage, on bodybuilding stages. So it's very careful when you're a woman to monitor your body fat levels. Make sure you never get below a certain point. Typically 15%, cap it out. Even if you have great genetics, 15%, you're already really pushing it. Stick to that and you'll really be setting yourself up for long-term success. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, all of these fitness principles that I have in all my videos for training, whether it's goal setting, organizing your workout routine, advice, information, this typically all applies in general. Same thing with most of my supplements that I've recommended: protein powder, creatine, monohydrate, NMN, caffeine, NR, nicotinamide, riboside, nicotinamide, mononucleotide. Those are the names of those. If they don't pop up when you search them up, thermally NMN and NR. Increase NAD levels. Very good supplement, very underrated. That'll help both women and men. Collagen will also help women and men. Most supplements will help women and men. there aren't any super major differences when we're talking about workout routine or workout structure. Just typically make sure that women don't push themselves, because there's a lot of women who have a little competitive spark in them and they try to push themselves as hard as men. They just don't quite measure up and they hurt themselves in training. And I don't want to sound sexist, but there's differences and there's training for each, and they can both each lead to success. So thanks very much for watching. This is a little different video than normal, comparing the sexes and how they work in the field of fitness. But please let me know if you guys are interested in any other videos you guys want to see. Please like, subscribe, let me know. I'm always available. Email me, comments, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.